old recipe for very delicious, very tasty apricot tart. I don't know if I can call this tart. This has a name, two names. One is Garakum and the other one is Stirlitz. I don't know why, but in Armenia all cakes, pastries, everything had names. This one has a little bit weird name, but I don't know. I'm gonna call this apricot apricot tart. And this has, quickly about the ingredients, we have softened butter, sugar, eggs of course, apricot jam. Well, I'm using my homemade jam. You can use a store-bought, of course, and I'm planning to make a tutorial on how to make apricot jam, so stay tuned for that. We're also gonna need walnuts. Arka will help to crush those. Vanilla extract, I said the sugar, dry ingredients, flour, baking soda, baking powder, and
mixer.
Yeah, and we also need a mixer and a pinch of salt. I don't know if I said everything, but I'll remember throughout the video. Okay, back up at Heghineh, Gurope. Okay, and we don't need this person here. Okay.
Why?
Why? Because he's too loud, just like you used to be. Okay, so we're gonna beat the butter and sugar until it's pale and fluffy consistency, and then add our egg yolks. Oh, I forgot to mention, you need to separate the eggs while they are still cold, because that way it's better. They separate better. Okay, so I'll beat the flour, the butter and sugar until it's fluffy and pale. Now the butter looks nice and fluffy. We can add our egg yolks. Add it one at a time. Stop and scrape. Hajan.
Okay.
You're done?
No. Extract.
Alright, so I added my egg yolks, a little bit of vanilla extract, and I want to combine my dry ingredients. I have flour, pinch of salt. Yeah, you're gonna mix it. Okay. Baking powder, a teaspoon, okay, and half a teaspoon of baking soda. Give it a quick mix and add to our butter in a few additions, and of course stop and scrape once in a while. Next on the list, you need to wait. You're done, Arka. No, yes, you're done.
Where?
We need to add it to the butter.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All done.
That's much, Mom.
No, it's not so much.
28.
Our dough is ready. And
28.
I don't know if I mentioned, we also need a 9 by 18 baking pan. Arka, can you count a little bit quiet? Okay, so lightly spray with baking spray.
Baking spray.
Not baking it, baking, okay?
Baking.
And we're going to eyeball our dough into 3 equal portions. But usually before eyeballing, I take as much as I need for the bottom layer, and then I eyeball it into 2 portions because we need to freeze it. So I'll take a little bit of the dough, and if it's sticky, you can dip your fingers in flour, and it will just help you to flatten the batter. Arka, stop! Better. And don't do it too thin, the bottom layer. Not too thin, not too thick. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish spreading this. Oops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You like noises? I don't like noises.
Oh,
John, this is ready, so I'll set this aside. And as I said, we need to eyeball this into 2 equal portions because I want it to freeze better and faster. Actually, I'm going to eyeball this into 4 portions and just go from there. This is ready, and I'll cover this with plastic, set in my freezer to chill until we prepare the rest of our ingredients.
Baby talk.
Yes, baby stock. Okay, so what we do next?
No,
No, they don't.
no, they speak baby language.
Okay, babies don't talk, they speak baby language, in case you didn't know. We need some of that apricot jam to spread on our bottom layer. More or less is to your taste. I'll put the dimensions in the recipe, of course, but I like it with a good amount of jam, and if it's homemade it tastes even better. So spread it around evenly and we can start making our meringue layer. No, back. No. Okay, we need to make our meringue, and this is not the kind of meringue you need to get stressed about. This is simple meringue, so we're gonna beat our egg whites, a pinch of salt, and start adding our and a little bit of vanilla, and start adding our sugar when the mixture is fluffy. Right, Beck? Okay, this is my future helper. So on high speed until it's foamy, and then adding our sugar a little bit at a time. But again, you don't have to make that perfect stiff meringue. It will still work. Scrape the meringue only at the end. Just another few minutes or seconds, and it's ready. Okay, so this is the consistency of the meringue. Again, stiff and normal meringue, just like that. Okay, so this will set aside, and I'll take one at a time. Our frozen dough. So I'm taking one at a time so it freezes. It's still not very cold or frozen. What are you doing, Lynn? Okay, and you're going to use your largest shredder, just like that, and spread out this shredded dough on top of your apricot layer, just like
You're
that.
using red?
Yes, I'm using red, and I have one more. You just wanna cover this jam with that dough. I'll bring the other one.
Listen, 8.
Next we'll go crushed walnuts. Just make sure to sprinkle it all around and as even as you possibly can. And the next layer will be our meringue layer, and lastly will go the last shredded layer of the dough. So, and at this point we can heat our oven, actually 350 degrees, and this is gonna bake about 45 minutes or until it's golden color. So I'll add my meringue just like that. The whole thing.
Clippers!
350 degrees, 45 minutes.
Oh, the paper! I know. Da, 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 da.
left the cake to sit and cool down about 40 minutes now. No, we're not done. We're finishing this video. Lastly, you are going to drizzle with some or sprinkle with powdered sugar, and it's ready. It may not look the best, most appetizing tart you've seen, but it tastes extremely delicious. Trust me, if you try this recipe, I'm sure you will not like it but love it. So, and be sure to pass your knife around those sides to make sure everything is peeled properly, just like that. And I'll quickly slice it. Wanted to show you the middle slice. Just take a look at that delicious apricot, homemade apricot jam. I don't know if you can see those walnuts and meringue layer. It's simply irresistible, and for me this is the best thing to have with my morning, evening or afternoon tea. So so delicious. Detailed recipe as always at heghineh.com. Let me know how you like the recipe when you try it. Remember to subscribe to my channel. You want to try it?
No.
You don't want to try it?
No.
Of course he doesn't want to try it. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave me comments, and that's it. Enjoy me for my next video. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.